Court calls the case, the people versus Sherry Knapp, all three cases.
Senior Assistant Public Defender. Rinaldi.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your Honor, we are continuing negotiations with regard to this matter. When we were here previously, we were informed that there were going to be two additional cases, which are now also before Your Honor.
Yes.
We had spoken to Ms. Barroso, and then I spoke again this morning to Ms. Hughes about the possibility of a release to treatment for Ms. Nally as we are negotiating a resolution, and we are coming before you with that again. She had been on the wait list for Oakdale Recovery Dual Diagnosis Treatment Program prior to being placed in the Washtenaw County Jail. So we are asking for an opportunity to see if we can maybe get her back on that wait list and into that program, or look at some other program for her.
She's off the wait list now, or what?
I believe so, because at this point it's been maybe 4 weeks.
And you want an adjournment at this? How
Yes,
long?
please. Maybe 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay, I'll adjourn it to August 1st, 2024, 9 a.m. At this point, I'll have the bond continue. I usually, and in this case, I don't think there would be an objection to a release to treatment. Prepare a written order that the parties can stipulate to regarding that. I don't think I'm going to have a problem signing off.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Court calls the case, People versus Sean Carlson.
Good afternoon.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pickwick, on behalf of Mr. Carlson, who stands right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Sean Carlson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bottom line is we're respectfully requesting a very brief adjournment of this matter. We have been in contact with the Eisenhower Center this week to receive some documentation to provide to the people in this matter about a potential offer. We are respectfully requesting a brief adjournment for that to happen.
No objection to that.
August 1st, 2024, 9 a.m. bond continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Robert Pate.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amy Reiser on behalf of people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Deborah Schlossel on behalf of Mr. Pate.
That's in case ending in 0347.
Lena Anderson, with and on behalf of Mr. Pate. Your Honor, I spoke with Ms. Schlussel. She indicated she was also taking his second case, so I just asked to confirm that. Otherwise, we'll proceed.
She was taking her second case?
Yes, Your Honor, I've submitted a substitution to the public defender's office. I'm awaiting that it's submitted to the court, but I will be substituting it on that as well.
I that's fine. I just don't have it.
Okay,
So.
we'll get that taken care of, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, what are we doing?
So, Your Honor, since I'm just substituting it on this case, and he has this case and the other case, and I would like to get a chance to look at discovery. I would ask that both matters be adjourned, and the July 25th date is the date that I have a trial, so I can't do that date.
Any objection from the people?
No objection to an adjournment.
Probable cause conference, August 1st, 2024, 9 a.m. bond continued.
Your Honor, we have one other question. We would like to address bond.
Go ahead.
Right now on the other case, the one that I'm not substituted in yet, but Mr. Pate has asked me to address it. He's on personal bond on his other matters, and he will lose his job if he doesn't get out. He has shown up to every court date, Your Honor. He's abided by all bond conditions, and I am asking that you consider personal bond for this matter as well. Your Honor, he has not had any
In his new
issues.
case, he has 75,000 cash surety.
Correct.
So which case are you addressing?
We are asking that on the new case.
And it's on bond, circuit court currently for an aggravated indecent exposure. He is before Your Honor today for failing to address a sex offender. And the new allegations were requested a high cash or surety amount involved the defendant exposing a 6-year-old at a laundromat. So I think pass at the bottom and set where it is.
Anything else, Ms. Sussman?
Yes, Your Honor, the laundromat is his place of work. It is our,
Oh,
we
so
believe
would
that
give
the,
him the, never mind. I'm
no,
not gonna say.
I wanted to go into why I mentioned that. So we believe that the witnesses, or that the complaining witness is a friend of his accuser in his other case. They know where he works. They came in there, and we believe, Your Honor, that this was a setup. He didn't do this. And we have witnesses to say he didn't do this that were there. And so, Your Honor, that those circumstances, I think, are important to keep in mind. I realize we're
Set up
not at
with the-
trial.
A setup with a 6-year-old. Okay,
Her
Motion
mother
for
was
bond
there. Her
reduction.
mother is
Motion-
friends with,
okay. Motion for bond reduction is denied. We'll get to the bond of it at some point, but I'm gonna deny the bond at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Court calls case People versus Tommy Clark.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Clark. Your Honor, Mr. Clark is currently on his way here. He's had some transportation issues and he's coming from Romulus. He did text me. He should be here in about 10 minutes, Judge. So I would ask the court to pass the matter.
It's 2 hours after our start time.
I understand that.
I haven't been to Romulus in a minute, but I know it's closer than that.
He also had transportation issues getting a vehicle today. His ride had fallen through, so he had to work that out.
Well, then he'll have to wait for us. I'm not hearing until noon. You can put that in the news slot.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Terry Roberts.
Brian Bowling, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Robertson, Your Honor. Terry Robertson. Your Honor, at this time, we're just asking that these matters be set for preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete
I believe so.
and people have their witnesses available on the 23rd. Preliminary examination in person will be set for July 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. before
Judge Barr.
Judge Barr. Bond continue. Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Court calls case People versus, you have somebody? Right. Kintera Cummings.
Amy Riser on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Whoa,
Good morning.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Defender on behalf of Ms. Cummings.
your name, ma'am?
Kinteria Cummings.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, that sets the case for preliminary examination,
All discovery is complete.
to my knowledge.
People would have their witnesses available the 23rd.
Yes, that's not next Tuesday, that's not a week from Tuesday. Yes.
Preliminary examination in person will be set July 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge
Washington.
Washington. Yeah. Bad date. Thank you. Bond continue.
They told me.
On the prosecutor's side back. Court calls the case People versus Robin Rogers.
Like free on behalf of the people.
And Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Rogers, who approaches to my right. Ms. Rogers, you state your name for the record, please.
Robin Rogers.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm asking to adjourn the probable cause conference. There's been some issues getting discovery to our office. I believe it was sent to one of the attorneys in the office previously, but it didn't make it to our file. Mr. Freeze has now sent it to me, and I've had it forward to our staff, so it will be uploaded into our system and can be reviewed. I expect there is a fair amount of it based on the charge. But I would ask to adjourn the probable cause conference. My client has been released to treatment on this case. However, she does have a Wayne County hold that she's trying to get resolved. That is keeping her here at the moment.
All right. Mr. Freeze, the last case that we adjourned for you, what date did we?
Yes, it was on the 25th.
Will that be enough time, Mr. Overall?
I believe so, Judge.
Probable cause will be adjourned July 25th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continues.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Vasquez Davis. 2 cases.
Brian Bowling, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Davis. Your Honor, may we approach on this matter? I have some sensitive medical information to share with the court, so.
Got it. All right, record should reflect, we've had a bench conference in this case. I will adjourn the probable cause conference out 1 week in both matters to July 18th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Joshua Smith.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. Miles Drew, appearing on behalf of Mr. Joshua Smith, who is standing to my right. Mr. Smith, could you please state your name for the record?
Joshua Smith.
Thank you.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for a preliminary or a PCC in this matter, and the defense would be requesting to hold a preliminary examination.
Is all discovery complete?
The prosecution has informed me that I have everything in their possession. I made a supplemental discovery request, but I do not believe it's of any consequence to the exam.
Has it been complied with? The supplemental request?
It hasn't been fulfilled yet.
Okay, so I don't know where it's in it, but I'll make sure that we get it as soon, whatever they're asking for.
People have their witnesses available the 23rd?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, would that be a morning exam on the 23rd? Because I do have an after.
9 a.m.
That works for me. Then I have an afternoon hearing.
Preliminary examination in person will be set July 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Washington.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Hope you and your staff have a good day.
Court date is
Michigan Opera for the people.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender. Would you state your name, please, sir?
Vincent Chavez.
so next time he'll wear all of the pants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry about.
Yeah, we did talk about that. So with that, we are also in continuing discussions with the prosecutor's office in hope of a misdemeanor and HIDA resolution. But I was not able, we were playing phone tag up until we met today. And so we're asking for an adjournment so we can have some additional time to talk.
Probable cause conference, August 1st, 2024.
Thank you.
Bond. Thank you. Court calls case People versus Tyler Stafford.
Hello, Your Honor. Maisie Burger requesting permission to practice.
Didn't I do this already? I did. And so when I did it the last time, I told her she could practice, didn't I? I did? Did I do that, Emily? I did? I did? Oh. So did that expire? You don't know? So why is she asking me again?
Would you like me to ask you every time and just shorten it, or I'm good for today?
Absolutely not. I don't want to. Didn't Bellinger tell you that?
Each judge has their own preference.
I know,
make
but
sure.
you're before me. It's the only one that matters right now.
Okay.
All right?
I will never ask again today.
Good. Okay, I'm glad we got that clear. It's Bellinger. It's not you. It's not you. He should have told you. He did not. He did it on purpose to
Thank
set
you,
you
Your
off.
Honor.
He did. All right, go ahead. What are we doing on this
Awesome.
case? Sir, what's your name?
Tyler Stafford.
Thank you.
We are seeking a 1-week adjournment so that we may continue to work on a resolution.
Okay, is this the only thing holding him? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear. I heard uh-oh in the middle.
No, he has a hold from Florida as well. So we
Ah.
have to figure these out so we can get them extra.
So we could, okay, I'm gonna go 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Is everyone?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned July 25th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Court does call the case of the People versus Miranda Turner. I got David. Are these all David?
Yes. Defender representing Ms. Turner. Your Honor, I should have paid closer attention because Ms. Wilding did have the correct information and I missed it. I went to meet with Ms. Turner at the jail yesterday and she was not there. I have been texting with her. And she would ask for an adjournment in order to get here.
Why isn't she here though?
Pardon me?
Why isn't she here?
I believe she forgot about this court date.
Oh,
And as I said, she had been in the jail and I had not spoken to her. I believe it,
she's
This
right.
point,
She's right in downtown Ann Arbor.
she may be.
So she could have gotten here.
She also could have got some community corrections for the podcast.
Yeah.
She forgot about that.
But she-
Because
as I said,
that is so Childers. He sees a pile. He's just jumping on. All right.
I know. Give me a chance. Give me a little chance. So we are asking for an adjournment to try to get her here.
I hear you, but I think I'm gonna issue a bench warrant because of the there's a community corrections issue and the fact that they're not here, and I think could have been from where they would be. Bond will be set in the amount of 25,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue Court does call the case People versus Darrell Williams. This one, that one wasn't in custody.
Morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Mr. Williams. Derek, can you please say your name?
Darrell Williams. Thank you.
Your Honor, I was going to ask for a preliminary exam date today. However, there's just a little bit of discovery outstanding, so I'm asking for a short adjournment if possible.
July 25th, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the People versus James Jones. Recall. Two cases.
Image Canatra for the people.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, I feel like I'm part of the 20th century update of Homer's Odyssey dealing with Mr. Jones. The last communication, well, no, the communication I had with him before last was that he was checking himself into rehab. That was confirmed by community corrections. However, he left that rehab and then we tracked him down to a hospital, not a rehab. This is not drug rehab. This was some kind of medical condition. Obviously, I don't have any confirmation of that because they won't give it, with HIPAA. But he knew to call and let us know where he was, what the problem was, how long he was going to be there, and we've not heard from him. That's all I can tell you.
So I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You got the information regarding the hospital. Have you had contact with him between that time and
no? After I found out he was out of rehab, we tried to reach out to him and try to find him. We were unsuccessful, but he did call and tell my secretary he was checking himself into the hospital because of some kind of kidney or liver, or I don't know what the problem was. And that's the last we heard from him.
Okay, I got you. Bench warrants will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of 10,000 cash surety in each case. I'll issue those warrants immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Just see, maybe. You weren't listening?
No.
10,000, 10%, or 10,000 cash surety in each case. Were you ready on your other matter? Well, he's back.
He does have it in custody.
Oh, he was in custody. No, he wasn't.
No, Mr. Goldstein has one that is.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's coming back from the insurance department.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what I was asking. I didn't realize you had one in custody. Court calls the case People versus Daniel Franklin.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wendy Barnwell, P42-505, on behalf of Mr. Daniel Franklin on both cases.
All right. Good morning. All right. What are we doing? Your name, sir?
Daniel Franklin.
I delivered an external hard drive to the prosecutor's office for downloading the case that was first charged. I just received an email that she's still working on it. The next case, I just was appointed on it this week. So we do need time for another PCC.
Okay.
Both cases.
How much time do you need?
I think perhaps 2 weeks, but I don't want to have a conflict with travel. So 1 second, Judge.
Why don't I just give you August 1st? We'll come back and see where you are.
Not a good day because I'm in Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. That's why I was trying to avoid that. Sorry about that, Judge. I took so long. So it has to be a Thursday, right? Sorry.
Oh, yes. Well, no, I do have a Tuesday, August 13th.
July 30th is open, if that's open for you.
Oh, no, I'll be doing other things.
Okay.
That's a Tuesday.
I
got the 18th, the 25th, the 1st, the 8th, or the 13th, or the 22nd. Any one of those days.
I know I'm looking at trials, as you call them. Trials are popping up. I'll say the 13th, Judge.
The 13th?
13th of August.
Full cost conference, August 13th, 2024, 9 a.m. That's a Tuesday. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Case People versus John Tavis Hayes. All I've got left is in custody, folks. So we rolling as fast. Your name? Oh, go ahead.
Assistant Public Defender Hannah Apple appearing on behalf of Mr. Hayes. Mr. Hayes, will you please state your name for the record?
John David Hayes. Thank you.
Sir, this is a competency hearing. A report has been received.
Yes, yeah.
Finding of competency. We're prepared to stipulate to the finding of that report, and I did prepare an order for the court to sign.
All right.
And then we just would ask that this be set for a probable cause.
We did receive the order. All right. And so there's no other additional order or no other additional evidence. Is that correct from either side?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
Sorry, I just wanted to look at the other bit again, sorry. Nicole, I already put my friends on, no further evidence that's stipulated as well to the competency report.
All right. Based upon the court's review of the competency report, court would determine if the defendant is competent to stand trial. Specifically, the court would find that the defendant can understand the nature and objects of the proceedings against him and can rationally assist in his defense. Therefore, the defendant is deemed competent. And you wish to set for
Probable cause conference.
So I will set a probable cause conference for July 25th, 2024. 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Court calls case People versus Cody Jolly. Oh, well, we'll wait. We gotta wait for them to bring them out. They're right there. Cody Jolly.
Bernstein for Mr. Jolly. Mr. Jolly, could you please state your name for the judge?
Cody Lee Jolly.
Welcome back. Yes.
Your Honor. We are asking the court to please set this for exam. To my knowledge, all discovery is complete.
People have their witnesses available the 23rd.
Why don't we do that the next hearing?
Let's do this.
Want to do this hearing? Mr. Jolly has a request, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I think maybe this could be taken up a little bit better at the next hearing, but he's telling me right now that he wishes to represent himself moving forward.
Moving forward. So at the exam, you want to represent yourself?
From here on forward, yes.
Okay. Then I'll set the preliminary examination. You'll have to let Judge Barr know that, and then he can take it from there and give you and advise you as to everything I had to advise you of before regarding the quandaries with representing yourself. So I'll set your preliminary examination in person.
Asked this before?
July 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr. Found at this time will continue.
Ready to turn it over to Mr. Bernstein if he could facilitate turning that discovery over to Mr. Jolly, because I will be agreeing to an adjournment on the date of the preliminary exam for any type of discovery issues.
I'll make sure of it, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Good luck, man.
They've got the next. Court does call the case People versus Leon Odom.
Wow. Assistant Public Defender Quinn Anderson with on behalf of Mr. Odom.
Your name, sir?
Leon Odom, Mr. Simpson, Judge Simpson.
Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, we're requesting a preliminary exam.
Discovery is complete.
Yes, Your Honor.
People have their witnesses available the 23rd. Preliminary examination in person will be set July 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge
Washington.
Washington.
Okay.
Bond will
For your
continue.
hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Odom.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On 23rd.
23rd.
Court calls case People versus Clint Owsley.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate with it on behalf of Mr. Ousley, who is approaching. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Of name?
Please state your name for the record, sir.
Clint Ousley.
Okay. What are we doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. As to the PCC, we would ask to set this for preliminary exam, and I would like to also briefly address bond when appropriate.
And all discovery is complete.
To our knowledge, Your Honor, yes.
People have their witnesses available the 23rd. Preliminary examination in person, July 23rd. Wow. 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge Barr. As to bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ousley is currently being held on $500,000 bond on this matter. This is the only matter holding him in custody, and he has no other out-of-county holds. He was not on probation, parole, or bond at the time of this alleged offense. He has not been on any of those things since the year of 2020. We are respectfully requesting that the court consider lowering his bond, possibly to a PR bond with a tether. Mr. Ousley is gainfully employed at Schuler out of Canton. He's been there for a year. He travels around Michigan working on machinery for hydraulic Presses. He lives at the address provided to the court in Ypsilanti with his uncle Frank, who is blind. He is the sole caretaker for his uncle. He has been living in Ypsilanti continuously since 2018. He is not at all a flight risk. We are respectfully requesting the court consider releasing him on a PR with tether.
Response.
Judge, we had actually requested a $7,000 bond, $500,000 cash surety bond, and numerous injuries. It is a strangulation. He also threatened to have people by her house and watch her, trying to shoot her in the stomach and cut her body to pieces. Eventually, he has access to fire.
And these alleged incidents took place in front of a child.
Yes, I believe the kid was there. 9-year-old kid.
Right. So I understand that there was bruising and swelling around her left eye, forearm, and on her knee, and that the defendant allegedly threatened to shoot her and then cut up her body. And was told her that he watches her from the woods when she's leaving. Anything else?
Just very briefly, Your Honor, my client does adamantly deny these allegations, and further, he did want to tell the court that he did not have access to a weapon and at any time. He also wants me to tell the court that he did turn him in. He brought himself to this premises and was unable to turn himself into the jail, so he called the police on himself. He is not at all a flight risk. He was not, again, on probation, parole, or bond of any kind during this alleged offense. He denies these allegations. He will be returning to court in compliance with all bond conditions. To my understanding, he has not had any contact with the complaining witness since his arraignment. He completely understands a no contact, no go-to order. He does not live with the complaining witness. He only lives with his uncle, and he does not have any children in common with the complaining witness either.
Motion for bond reductions tonight. I'm going to continue his bond. You can bring it up before Judge Barr after the testimony in the case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Jamon Simmons.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Mr. Simmons, Assistant Public Defender. Just state your name for the record.
I am Jamal Simmons.
Your Honor, when it comes to the probable cause conference, we would just request an exam today. It's my understanding that all discovery is complete.
People have their witnesses available on the 23rd.
Yes, sir.
Preliminary examination in person, July 23rd, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before Judge
Washington.
Bond will continue.
Your Honor, it's my understanding there's a bond violation today.
Well, there is a bond violation. If you want me to set a bond, I will.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would I didn't know if the bond was going to be addressed today.
Well, you asked to be addressed. I'll hear you on it. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, based on my discussion with Mr. Simmons, he acknowledges that he was in violation of the tether and the no-go to. He indicates to me that the time he spent in custody since the 28th has driven that point home pretty well to him. I will just note for the record, it's my understanding that this was at the Glencoe Hills apartment, that while he does admit he went there, I understand it's a different building that he went to than where the complaining witness lives in this matter. I attribute it to kind of his unfamiliarity with the system and a bit of naivete in this matter, Your Honor. He, like I said, he recognizes it was a ridiculous, dumb mistake.
He was naive about what?
Of what exactly was required of him, if you will, Your Honor. But I don't think it was something he did maliciously. I don't think it was a malicious act on his behalf. I would ask the court to consider reinstating the personal bond with the tether. Mr. Simmons did indicate to me he has other places he can live. He's fine there. He is employed. He works at KFC. He's scheduled to start trade school here very soon. I'd ask the court to consider giving him another chance pending this case.
I don't need a response. I mean, I said it's bond at 100,000 cash surety. Shouldn't have been there.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Ronald Sims.
Assistant Public Defender Jay Bellinger on behalf of Mr. Sims. Please state your name for the record.
Ronald Sims.
And Your Honor, we have submitted a waiver form for the court.
Sims, you're waiving your right to a preliminary examination?
I am.
You understand that's a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and you committed it.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand you'll not have that hearing, you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, I do.
People also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on a single count. Mr. Bellin.
All right.
No.
I'm sorry.
no.
I
Last time, Bellin.
I did.
Next time, send her.
Yeah, that's fair.
She knew what to do.
She,
Go ahead.
She would have. Your Honor, as to the information, we acknowledge receipt. We waive formal readings and mute.
Then in every way, former reading, standing mute, court will enter not guilty plea. Pretrial will be set for
July 23rd at 1:30 before Judge Conkey.
July 23rd, 2024, 1:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Better right. Jinx myself. Hurry up. And he's waiting on that. How's the case? People versus John St. Germain.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. St. Germain.
Your name, sir?
John St. Germain.
Thank you.
Your Honor, it's a date and time set for a probable cause conference. We are still trying to get discovery on these matters. The video for one of the two cases was sent to my office yesterday. The other one we still do not have. As a result of this, we still cannot set we cannot set one of the cases for preliminary examination. The other one still has not been set for preliminary examination. In both cases, my client's been in custody for 28 days. So we're past the 21 days for the preliminary examination. My client has directed me to move for a dismissal on the basis of that 21-day violation.
Okay, I'll tell you what. That's fine. Then I'll grant that, but I won't grant it until later. Well, I'll hear the motion later and allow the people to prepare paperwork so that we can just do all of it, swear it out and arraign him on that all today. And then all the time that he's been in, he would lose any credit. So that's what we'll do. That would be my remedy.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't, but that's what happens. That's how I work.
What can I do?
I've told you we can adjourn to get the video and then set the cases for preliminary examination.
Sure. Okay.
Then thank you, Your Honor. I would withdraw that motion and I would ask that for a brief adjournment of the probable cause conference to get the remaining video.
Do you think you'd be able to have those in a week or did you need two? I appreciate.
Northfield Township Records Department reports that they sent the link yesterday. And so Mr. Runick is working on
getting that. Got it.
Mr. Overwater feels confident with a week. I'm happy to put it a week if you need 2 weeks.
I'm fine with a week if
all right,
Mr. Granacci thinks will happen.
Probable cause conference, July 18th, 2024, 9 a.m. Well, continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I address the court?
Sure.
I'm wondering about getting my bond reduced so that I could host it, because right now it's a little bit high for what I can afford.
Well, okay. Have you talked to your attorney about that?
Yeah, I mentioned it.
We did, Your Honor, and we made a bond motion at the last hearing.
I know.
So the only thing that's changed is the matter continues to be delayed on the issue of discovery while my client is still incarcerated as a result.
Right. And he violated the conditions that we released him on the last time.
I did, and it wasn't on purpose. And I meant no disrespect by it. That's not something that would happen again. As my situation has changed and I have transportation now to my court dates, I have a healthy spot to live in with,
And the court recalls this was explained to the court a few weeks ago, but he does have stable residence with friends, one of whom is a licensed social worker and would look after him as well as ensure his appearance in court.
I had to issue a warrant on one. There was a bond violation. I'm not going to change the bond at this time. I mean, I'll see him next week and we'll see exactly where we are, but I'm not changing. Motion for bond reductions denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Court does call the case. People versus Alanis Williams.
He's in custody.
Yeah.
Here it is. David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Your name, sir?
Thelonious Williams.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this matter was adjourned to today because there were some videos that we had not received. I can say happily, with Ms. Hughes' help, we now have all the videos and we're prepared to set the matter for preliminary examination.
All right. People have their witnesses available the 23rd?
Your Honor, 30th.
30th, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out a way to look at them between now and the time.
Poor baby's been here.
I'll do it today. I'll do it.
Preliminary examination in person will be set July 30th, 2024, it's 9 a.m. That is before
Fresh hour.
Judge Fresh Hour.
Your Honor, we are ready on the Crystal matter also.
Okay, sorry. They got somebody lined up here. Let me get the court calls the case, People versus Kaylin Harris. Okay, this is the one. Yeah,
This facility isn't here. And this is.
got it.
Yep.
Okay. What's your name?
Keelan Harris.
Mr. Harris, have you talked to Miss Ford?
No. I couldn't get in contact with her or anything.
Okay, so that the record's clear, she contacted my office today, asked to appear via Zoom. We granted it because you were in custody for her to appear by Zoom, told her you were in the 9 o'clock block with the rest of our in custody, said she couldn't be here and she's on a plane. I don't even understand this. She's supposed to be here.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
I'm glad that you don't understand it. So here's what I'm going to do. Ms. Ford is relieved of her obligation in this case. We're going to get to the MAC office. You're going to have to hold him up here. We're going to have to get to the MAC office head because she was appointed on this one, right?
Yes.
Tell Ms. Hightower Brown I need a new attorney. We'll get you an attorney today, sir.
Okay.
Okay. So they'll take you back and then we'll get you called up as soon as we have a name and have somebody down here for you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
That facility never signed in.
This one never signed.
Correct.
Is that their? No, we have the Spanish. Good enough. Okay, and then I got Mr. Goldstein's other one. Court calls the case People versus Andre Jones. That's not our facility though, correct?
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. Jones.
Jones did not hear. The facility that he's incarcerated in did not sign in Ingham County.
Your Honor, when I met with Mr. Jones yesterday, he stated for the previous hearing, they had signed him in, but something occurred and they couldn't be there and they took him. I'm assuming that may have happened again today. I would ask for.
Right. We haven't seen them at all. Let's do this and let's try to get something straight. If they need a time to do it, I'll adjourn this out to the 1st. So I got to give 2 weeks anyway. So I'll adjourn the probable cause to August 1st. Let's see if we can get Ingham County Jail's parameters as to how they're going to handle it other than somebody's whim.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court. You may.
Good morning, Ms. Maggie. You're in front of the Honorable CEDRIC Simpson out of 14 District Court, Washington County, State of Michigan. Our number is 1423.
Thank you very much. I'm Maggie, Spanish interpreter, ID number 218146.
You solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Spanish and
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Mario de los Fuentes.
El pueblo llama al caso del estado de Michigan contra Mario y Lancy Fuentes.
Mr. Sinatra for the people.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant. You first.
Thank you. I could not hear you well. Can you repeat your appearance?
Go ahead, Mr. Overwater.
Thank you. Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. De Leon Cifuentes.
Es Kenneth Overwater, defensor público a nombre del señor Lancy Fuentes.
Your Honor, this is the date and time for a probable cause conference. I have been able to review all of the video was unusually voluminous for this sort of case, but I have not had an opportunity to show it to my client.
Pero no he tenido la oportunidad.
I've also spoken to Mr. Ganatra about a resolution, and he has asked me to get some additional information regarding my client's immigration status, so I will need time to get that as well.
August 1st or the 8th?
First, please.
De agosto, el primero.
Conference, August 1st, 2024, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you.
Gracias.
Okay. Where'd Goldstein go? Is he behind?
Oh, he's at
What's that one?
12 o'clock, but my understanding is the office is not ready. They're
Oh,
scheduled at noon, so they signed in early. I just wanted to let you know.
but they're not ready? What do you
Mr.
mean?
Overwater still call the phone number on file to contact him. That's my understanding.
Contact him?
Yeah.
Contact the defendant?
Correct, yeah.
Well, let's do this. Why don't, if Mr. Overwater isn't on another case and he's here, why don't we get them, have Mr. Overwater just sign in, skip the phone, just sign in, give him a breakout when you talk.
That would be wonderful.
It's at the end of my docket, so I don't care. And I only have Mr. Goldstein's case. Court calls the case People versus Darian Crystal.
I do apologize, Your Honor. Do you need interpretation for
Oh, I'm
this case?
sorry, Maggie. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for using our services. No problem. Have a good day.
Had to turn it off.
Sorry, take care.
Click, go back to.
Yeah, his light's on.
Yeah, I know where, you know, this, you know, I'm just, okay, hang on. There we go.
How many people does it take to turn off a light on the phone?
Okay,
Three.
thanks, man.
Okay.
David I. Goldstein, appearing on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, in the interim, my client showed me on his phone log, confirming that on the June 29th at 2:20 p.m., he did make a call to the Ann Arbor Police Department. He called them this morning. They gave him oral confirmation that the call was received. He has now put in a FOIA request. They won't give him a written confirmation without a FOIA request, and he did file the FOIA request this morning. But I can show the court on his phone where the call, in the call log, where that call was made.
You're wanting to set for exam?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I will set it for a preliminary exam. With regard to the bond violations, I'll let the court handle any potential bond violations. He's got a new thing on the tether, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you get all of your property or whatever you were looking for that date? So there's no reason whatsoever for you to be back in that area?
No.
Preliminary examination will be set 30th, 2024, 9 a.m. before
Rush hour.
Judge Freshour.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This time bond will continue. That's that. He's going into a breakout room with him. Okay, Bernstein's coming back and then, okay, so I'm gonna step off for a brief moment. I'll come back in to do Mr. Williams after he's done talking to his attorney. Mr. Williams, you don't need to unmute. We're getting you into a breakout room with your attorney so you can talk to him. All right, I'm gonna step off and then we'll call you because they signed you in a little bit early, but I don't want you sitting there if you don't have to, okay? Did you hear me? If you hear me, wave your hand for me. All right, real good. Okay, and then I come back and handle that other matter. Wait, court is staying in recess. All right.